Yeah, as probably most of you know, Facebook has been in the news quite a bit lately, and not in a very good way. Zuckerberg, their founder, and I suppose he's the CEO, has had to testify in front of Congress. And they're getting a lot of bad press. Recently, they changed their name to Meta, and I believe part of that was to try and shake off the stigma of being bad boy Facebook. So let me read this passage, Organizations Behaving Badly. With over 1.8 billion monthly active users, Facebook is obviously providing a service that an awful lot of people want. It's a marvelous way to stay connected with friends and family, find out what's going on in the world, identify and develop new business contacts, and share thoughts and feelings that are important to you. In addition to individual users, millions of companies maintain Facebook pages to advertise their goods and services, improve relationships with both current and potential customers, and communicate their viewpoint on important issues of the day. But there's also a dark side to Facebook. Some people use it as a stage on which to perform at their very worst. Some of the most damaging behavior on Facebook and other social networking platforms include the following. Careless users post rumors, gossip, and half-truths without stopping to consider how quickly their word will spread, potentially negatively affecting others. Cyberbullies harass, torment, humiliate, and threaten others, making their victims' lives miserable, even driving some to commit suicide. Pseudo-journalists post fake news stories for profit or to support their cause. Deeply disturbed individuals live stream their own suicide. Cyberstalkers threaten to make unwanted advances towards others, putting them in fear of their life. Demented individuals live stream themselves committing atrocities and violent crimes. And these are real events. So what do we do about these things? Well, that's what we're going to look at. Oh, here's a real quick clip about Facebook. This guy was a former executive. He was in charge of user growth, I believe.
After saving with customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual, I customize everything. Like Marco's backpack.
Tonight, here a warning about Facebook and what some believe it's doing to kids. The warning comes from two of the company's earliest executives. Carter Evans is following this.
We kind of knew something bad could happen.
Chamath Palihapitiya, a former Facebook executive once in charge of user growth, now says he has tremendous guilt about the social network he helped build.
We have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works.
And it's influencing the next generation. Studies show 92% of teens go online daily, and 1 in 5 young people regularly wake up in the night to send or check messages on social media.
People need to hard break from some of these tools and the things that you rely on. The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. Bad actors can now manipulate large swaths of people to do anything you want.
He's not the only social media executive blowing the whistle. Former Facebook President Sean Parker recently said the initial goal was to get people hooked.
You're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. The inventors, creators understood this consciously. And we did it anyway.
We have to hold the tech industry accountable.
Jim Steyer is founder of Common Sense Media.
They, in many cases, have ignored the consequences, some of the downsides of some of the innovations they brought to our society.
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed. It was unintentional, but now you got to decide how much you're willing to give up.
In a statement, Facebook pointed out that Polly Hapatia left the company more than 6 years ago, and a lot has changed since then. But Facebook also said, quote, "We have realized how our responsibilities have grown, and we're working hard to improve." Jeff?
A lot to think about tonight. Carter Evans, thank you very much. Tonight here, a warning about Facebook.
If you haven't ever seen it, you might enjoy the movie The Social Network. It's a movie about the beginnings of Facebook at Harvard. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so what else can we say? We can say that, well, first of all, what is social media? Okay, social media in our context, web-based communication channels and tools that enable people to interact with each other by creating online communities where they can share information, ideas, messages, and other content, including images, audio, and video. That description is okay, but it really doesn't get to the core of why a certain group of people would want to go to the same site to interact. They must have common interests. It's, the key is, what does the social part of it mean? They want to talk to other people that have similar interests to their own. So let's look at a video about this.